Hey everyone, it's Melinda with TAILOREDANTEAL, and I am a part-time online reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. And today's video is what sold from March 16th through March 31st of 2021. As always, we're going to start on Mercari, and I actually had quite a few sales on Mercari, which I was very happy with. So I had 5 sales. First was a Michael by Michael Kors mustard yellow grommet ruffle blouse. This was new with tags. It sold for $25, and I believe it was a size 1X. Next, we have an Avon sterling silver zodiac toe rings. These had little crabs on them, so they were the sign Cancer, and they were still new in box and everything, and they sold for $15. And the customer actually contacted me and said that she was super excited to buy these because she had ones like it when she was younger, and she was so excited to have them be replaced in her life again. Then we have a bolo, which I actually received in my ThredUp bulk rescue box with 100 pounds. This was an Ann Mashburn navy blue tank top. It had a really high funnel neck and it had like a high-low hem. Very quality material. When I touched this piece of fabric, I knew that it was well made. So unfortunately, mine didn't come with a tag. That's probably why ThredUp rejected it. So I will insert a tag from someone else's listing so you can see what it looks like when you're out thrifting, and it is a bolo because it is expensive. And it sold for $40, and I had it listed for $50. I think it retailed around $200 or so. So $40 I instantly accepted. Then we have an Athleta Essence CYA tank top. CYA, I'm not sure what that stands for, but that was the name of it. This came out of my ThredUp bulk rescue box as well, and it sold for $26. Next was a Maybelline Lasting Drama eyeliner. This was in color black. I actually had it lotted with 2 other lipsticks by Maybelline, and the customer contacted me and asked if I could just sell the liner, and I said absolutely. So we decided on $5 and off it went. And the last sale is a pair of Lady Godiva woven platform wedges. So these had suede up on top, or faux suede really, and then the bottom had this multicolored woven basket weave kind of thing going on in the wedges. Really high but really fun, and they sold for $18. And I used to not cross list heavy items that weighed over a pound onto Mercari just because I thought that the shipping was kind of high, but someone purchased it and they paid $11 in shipping, I believe. So I guess I need to start cross-posting heavy things onto Mercari. So on Mercari, we had $129 in sales. Fees were $19.45, giving me a profit of $109.55 and an average sales price of $25.80. Moving on to Poshmark, where we had 16 sales. First, we have a new with tags As You Wish pink tie front wide leg jumpsuit. This came in a liquidation lot. It did have some like dark marks on the bottom, almost like it was too long for the rack that it was on in the store and it was dragging on the ground. I noted it, and it still sold for $15. Then I had 2 back-to-back sales of the same shorts, but in different sizes. So it was new with tags, Style & Co. khaki mid-rise raw hem shorts. This was a size 22W and 18W, and they both sold for $10. And then another new with tags items, this was Ink International Concepts tile print asymmetrical skirt. It sold for $15. Then we have an item that is currently being sent back to me, possibly. So it is a Smart Wool Hayden Spires brown merino wool sweater. Had this really chunky cowl neck and super long sleeves, but I missed a hole. So there were holes in the armpits that I was able to sew up. But apparently when the customer received it, there was a hole in the seam where like the bottom hem and the rest of the shirt come together. I don't know how I missed that because I definitely steamed the shirt and pulled it down. It must have just been an oversight on my part. The girl is super nice though, and she wants to keep the sweater, but Poshmark is only offering her a $5 credit, which she didn't think was reasonable. And I agree, like if she's going to go get this professionally fixed, I would want more than $5 in my pocket. So her and I have been going back and forth about what to do. I explained to her, you know, it's a pretty simple fix since it's right on that seam. She even asked me if she could YouTube some videos on how to fix it. And I said, you probably could. She's like, I really love this sweater. I don't want to return it. So that's where it's at right now. I don't know what's going to happen, but if I find out, I will update you in the next video. And this sweater sold for $35. Then we have a shell beaded and natural stone tassel necklace. These had teeny tiny little shells around the neckline and then a tassel at the bottom with a tiger eye stone, and it sold for $17. Then we have a Love by Gap gauzy vertical striped tank top. This is part of their sleepwear line and it sold for $12. Then we have a pair of new with tags Hue Blackout wide waistband capri leggings. These were size 1X. They sold for $13. Then we have a Victoria's Secret pink gray lace halter neckline bralette. This had pretty lace all over it. It was a size extra small. I've had this listed for a long time, so I sent an offer for $14 and the customer accepted. Next, another $14 sale. This was an Old Navy denim jean jacket, button front. I said that it was a shorter length jacket and it was an extra large, but fit more like a large because I think it was a vintage Old Navy tag. And I got this out of a ThredUp denim rescue box. And again, it sold for $14. Next is a new with tags Gap black lace up ponte knit dolman sleeve dress. This I actually sourced from Poshmark. Someone was selling all of their new with tags Gap and Banana Republic items for super cheap. So I lotted them all together, purchased it, and this dress sold for $22. Then we have a White House Black Market Indigo Wash Blanc trouser wide leg jeans. These I got from ThredUp's outlet center. I had just relisted them that day and they sold for $17. Next, we have a Relic fuzzy giraffe printed brown shoulder bag or purse. This purse sold for $14. And then we have a bundle of a pair of cotton on stretchy denim shorts and a pair of Worthington green geometric printed elastic waist pants. The person actually bundled this themselves and I sent them an offer and they sold together for $26. Then we have a pair of Tom's Mariposa slip-on suede Aztec heeled sandals. These were size 9.5. They came from a ThredUp shoebox and they sold for $14, which was an offer the customer sent to me. And then the last sale from March 16th through March 31st was this adorable Kate Adair teal reptile print bow clutch wristlet. I actually had a typo in both the description and the title. I typed Care, C-A-R-E, instead of Kate, C-A-T-E, but somehow it still sold. Someone had just liked this item earlier in the day, so I sent out a $22 offer and they accepted. So for my 16 sales on Poshmark, we had $270 in sales, $58.40 in fees. We had a $12 shipping discounts that I gave out, and that gives me a profit of $199.60 and an average sales price of $16.87. And I had 3 Facebook Marketplace sales. All 3 of these items were from my ThredUp bulk rescue lot, which I will be doing a follow-up sales video for that specific lot only, just to show you how much profit I made, but I want to give it some more time until I get it all listed and time for things to sell. So I had 2 pairs of Under Armour shorts to sell. One was a pair of running Under Armour shorts. They were black. They sold for $8. They did not have a size, so I did my best to measure. And then another pair of Under Armour blue-green reversible shorts. These also had no size tag, and they sold for $10. And then the last thing that sold was the Tory Burch Suzette rope dress. This did not have its belt attached, so I took a lower offer of $50 low because it was listed as $75. But I did offer free shipping for this item as well. So for my 3 Facebook Marketplace sales, we had $68 in sales, $9.46 because I did offer free shipping, and Facebook Marketplace only takes 5%, which is so nice. And then that gives me a profit of $58.54. So on eBay, I had 30 sales. So I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. So the first sale for March 16th through the 31st was an exciting one. So it was a vintage Tancer, and that's Tancer 2, brass sunburst rhinestone pendant or brooch, and it was very mid-century modern. Those are the keywords that I used. This sold for full asking price of $24.99, and it went to Alaska, which I also thought was pretty cool. This came out of a Goodwill jewelry lot that I purchased, and this was actually one of the things I saw in the bag that made me want to purchase it. So I'm very happy that my gut instinct was correct. Another item from this Goodwill jewelry lot, this was a 14 karat gold plated made in Korea size 7 ring. It did have a faux diamond, did have a little bit of tarnishing on it. I sent out a low offer of $7.50 because it was only gold plated. There was definitely some other type of material underneath. Next was a Sandro Paris flutter ruffle sleeve semi-sheer blouse. This was a size, their size 1, I believe, which is about a 2 or 4 from their equivalent, and it sold for $15. This did have some stains that I stain treated, so that's why I took a lower offer, because some of the stains were still there. Another item from my Goodwill jewelry lot, this was a pair of vintage Avon Very Berry strawberry earrings, and these sold for $9.59. Then we have a soft surroundings. I either called this a mini dress or tunic, depending on how tall you are. But it was a dark teal wool cashmere blend, and it had paneling down the front. It was a size small, and it sold for $17 because there was some wear to the item itself. Next is a pair of Nuitags Alfani black and white wide leg pull-on elastic pants with a scallop lace trim. These were a size 3X, and they sold for $17.50. Then we have a Nuitags the limited wine-colored V-neck popover blouse. This was a size extra small, and it sold for $18.39, which was a 20% off promotion that I was running. A Calvin Klein white and silver spell out graphic short sleeve t-shirt. This sold for $8.50. Next, another doll sold, and I think I only have one left to go. Whew, thank goodness. So this doll was a new in-box Franklin Mint heirloom advertising country store doll. This was the Sarasota flower doll, and Sarasota, I think that's how you say that. It's Ceresota. This came with a little flower bag and some other details. I think he had a hat too, and it sold for $11.99. Next is a new without tags Kim Rogers pale yellow paisley print flutter ruffle sleeve blouse. This was a size small. It came in a liquidation lot. I made barely any money off of this, but it did sell for $10, but it didn't retail for much, so I was happy with what I received. Next is a J. Crew factory gray wool blend gray. I already said, wow. So I put gray in the title twice. So it was a J. Crew factory gray wool blend sidewalk mini skirt with elastic waist size 4, and it sold for $17.50. Next was a bundle on eBay, which is exciting because it rarely happens. So it was a Valentina black soft genuine leather flap over adjustable crossbody purse. It was made in Italy. So that was purchased for $32, and then it was a mini black crossbody bag or phone purse, I guess you could call it. It did have some fake flowers that were glued onto it. One of the flowers had kind of fallen off, but I did notate that, and it sold for $7.25. So I was able to combine both of those items into one shipping label, which makes it so much easier for both me and the customer, and off they went. Next is a Nuitags Zach and Rachel Woman olive green lace sleeveless shift dress. This was a size 1X, and it sold for $20.25. Then we have a J brand dark wash 912 the pencil stretchy skinny jeans. These were a size 28, and they sold for $17.75. We have a Nuitags Karen Scott black eyelet V-neck blouse. This had 3/4 sleeves. It was a size 1X, and it sold for $13.25. This next one was a really interesting sale. So it was a Banana Republic watercolor blue wrap front dress. It was a size 14. It did have some flaws. So it had some deodorant marks underneath the armpits and also like down on the skirt area, but it was on the inside lining. I did wash it, so it didn't smell. It just had leftover deodorant marks. This came from a coworker, so it was free to me, and someone sent me an offer for $10, and I think I only had it listed for $15, so I instantly accepted, but it was going internationally to Switzerland, so that was very exciting. I hope that they love it over there. Next is an item that I never ever thought would sell, but this just goes to prove that you never know and just to list it. So this was a pair of coral beaded handmade ? Split dangle hook earrings. I put ocean and aquatic sea theme because it did remind me of coral, and they sold for $7. My cost of goods for this was 75 cents, so I'm quite happy with that. Then we have a Prana brown fitted graphic short sleeve ringer tee. This was a size small, but it actually measured more like an extra small, and it sold for $15, and it only went 45 minutes away from me, which I always think is kind of funny when you see a familiar town. Another Karen Scott item. This was the same shirt as the black one, but this was in lavender, and it was also a size 2X, and it sold for $10.75. Another item that I never ever thought would sell. So I received these pair of shoes in a ThredUp shoe rescue box. They felt cheap. They felt like they were made in a foreign country, like not a lot of good products put into it. So it was the brand Oriental Traffic black and white platform chunky sandals. I put the keyword 90s because it reminded me of that. It just had the size small, so I had to go onto their website and look up the equivalent. It was about a 6 to 6.5, and they sold for $10. And that was an offer that someone sent to me. I really wasn't expecting them to sell it all, but I'm happy that they did, and I made this much profit. But they took up a lot of room, and I'm happy to see them go. Another item from my ThredUp shoe rescue box. This was a Sam Edelman Gigi brown saddle leather strappy flat sandals. These were size 7.5, and they sold for $24.99, which was full asking price. Then we have a pair of new with tags Style & Co. khaki wide leg crop linen rayon blend pants. These were size 14W, and they sold for $22.99. Then we had a Lucky Brand Haley geometric print boho dolman sleeve blouse. This had some crochet details and some of the seams, and it was a size medium. It sold for $16. Then we had 3 back-to-back vintage sales, which was odd, but I will take it. New without tags vintage Walt Disney World rainbow Mickey Mouse shopping tote bag. I got this at an estate sale, and it sold for $15. The next item was a learning lesson. So this was one of my own items just laying around my house. It was a vintage 3-ring binder photo album. It sold for $9.99, and the customer paid $17 for shipping. However, I did not calculate the shipping correctly. I said that it weighed under 2 pounds, but after I put it in a box and some bubble wrap, it was over 2 pounds. I tried everything I could think of to make this under 2 pounds, and I just couldn't do it. So unfortunately I had to pay $27 in shipping. So if you did the math, you can see that my profit was actually negative with all of the fees and everything. But thankfully it was my own item and learning lesson, for next time, to make sure to weigh my items correctly and to make sure that I also calculated room for boxes and shipping supplies. Then the last vintage item that sold on that same day was Raggedy Ann and Andy's Grow and Learn Sam Lamb Moves Away, and this has been in my household for a very long time as well. It sold for $3.99, and it did go via media mail, which is super cheap to ship. Then we have a new without tags, the limited tie-dye print double V-neck tank top. This was a size large. It sold for $20.99. a new with tags loft outlet linen rayon blend A-line skirt. I had like a mandala or Moroccan tile print. It was a size small. This came from my ThredUp bulk rescue box and it sold for $15. And then a random full price LuLaRoe sale. So this was a LuLaRoe Irma. It was a camo print, but it had colors of orange and pink and gray. It was a size medium and it sold for $14.99. And I was very shocked. All right, so that was it for the sales on eBay. So of my 30 sales, we had $445.15, $91.30 in fees, giving me a profit of $353.85 with an average sales price of $14.84. And then for my total numbers, I had $912.15 for the last 2 weeks in March. I had $132.21 in fees. $191.32 was my cost of goods, and that gives me a net profit of $588.62. Not too shabby. And also my cost of goods per item sold was $3.54. Thank you so much for tuning into this What Sold video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I do put out videos like this twice a month, so every 2 weeks. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up before you leave as well. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!